Hey guys, it's officially been 5 months. Today is October 31st. Happy Halloween. I'm a cat today. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to the grocery store. But I felt like dressing up a little bit because it has been 5 months since I started keto. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful that I made it to this point. So I wanted to break down how I'm feeling, how much I've lost, 5 things that I've learned in the last 5 months that I'm going to try to apply to the next 5 months. So that's what we're going to do today. This is my Halloween treat to myself, Diet Coke from McDonald's. I just want to take a moment and remind you to subscribe if you haven't already. My journey has just started. We're 5 months in, so there's lots of content to come. I post twice a week and I appreciate every single person that comes and watches my videos. You ever have one of those moments in the grocery store where your card, like the chip, doesn't work? So then you try to chip a bunch and then it's like, swipe your card. So you swipe your card and then it's like, doesn't work. And you're like, why doesn't my card work? Yeah, that just happened to me. And I just used the card across the street to get my Diet Coke. So I'm so confused. But anyways, I got my Polars and then I got some sugar-free candy for tonight so that I don't touch the regular Halloween candy. I wanted to talk about the things that have been going right for me, the things that I've noticed lately that have been going wrong for me. I've noticed that I'm being more forgiving when I slip up. I want to be harder on myself, but also like I appreciate that. Like I think it's a positive that I'm being more forgiving when I have a meal that isn't exactly keto, but I think also having that mindset has allowed me to maybe forgive myself too much. So I want to work on that. You know, other things I've noticed, I'm doing really well at being prepared. When I went to the office the other day, having all of those snacks made me feel very like at ease, not worried about like wanting a snack. I love my brain because a lot of the times I'm like, no, I'll just eat the 2 meals, it'll be enough. And then you get into the moment and you're like, oh, I want a snack, but then you don't have the snack. So I'm really glad that I brought those snacks the other day, that I am keeping snacks in the house so that I don't try to slide off. I struggle a lot with just temptation and wanting to eat things that aren't good for me. So having the things that are good for me around has helped a lot. Even though, you know, eating a Quest bar is not the same as eating a cookie, it still helps. And I think that anybody starting keto should always, you know, try to stick to like the most clean eating possible. But then also, I'll bake on keto because it saves me when I have a sweet tooth. You know, instead of eating a piece of candy, I'll go make myself a keto treat. And it's not the best thing for me to eat, but it allows me to live and function while I'm trying to lose all this weight. So those are some things that I've noticed lately that have been, you know, some ups and downs, some peaks and pits, I guess you could say. So it's been 5 months. And we're about to hit November and December, which are notoriously the 2 months where people slide when it comes to like lifestyle changes or diet changes. And I don't want to be one of those statistics this year. So I have plans to stay keto through Thanksgiving. I have plans to be good and be consistent these next 2 months. And I think that if I can keep my head down and concentrate on why I'm doing this and remind myself that I'm doing this because I love me, and there's things in my life that I want to do that I can't do because of my weight. And I started doing this thing that maybe people won't agree with, but when I have a temptation, I think about it and I'm like, but you love yourself. Why would you sabotage? Self-sabotage is like my number one issue. I'm always constantly almost self-sabotaging myself, or it's a constant struggle. It's a constant struggle. So when I have those self-sabotaging thoughts, I just remind myself, Rachel, you love yourself. You're doing this for you. That 5 minutes of satisfaction isn't going to do anything for you tomorrow. And it helps. It helps to remind myself that there's a reason why I'm doing this. Even though like I subconsciously know the reason, it's like a constant battle. And I'm sure other people deal with this at the same time. I've never fought the urge. I've always, as an adult, if I have an urge for Taco Bell and I have the money to go get Taco Bell, I'll go get Taco Bell. If I want something sweet, then I'll go get it. I fell into this the last, I don't even know how many years, this thing where I'm just like, if I want it, I'm gonna go eat it. So my body is like, why are you not giving this to me now? I don't understand. What's going on? Why are we always fighting? So it's like it's a constant battle. Being keto helps. It helps more than I can express that it helps, because when I'm on keto, I don't have these urges. I'm talking about like when I do have the urge, it's a constant battle. But there are times where I don't have any urges because, low carb helps me fight my addiction to carbs, I guess is the best way to put it. I set a list of goals for the next 30 days. I want to limit myself to one non-keto meal per every 10 days. So there's 30 days of September, April, June, and November. 30 days. 30 days in November. And I want to limit myself to 3 non-keto meals in the next month. That is goal number 1. Goal number 2 is, this is more of a November, December goal, I guess. Goal number 2 is to start working on getting my 2-mile pace down to 30 minutes. Right now I run 2 miles in about 35 minutes or so. I want to get to where I'm running 2 miles in 30 minutes. That's goal number 2. And I think I can do it. I think it's going to take me all of November and December to do. But I think it's possible. I think I can I'm not a runner, so maybe it's not possible, but I think I can push myself hard enough to get there. We'll see. But it's a goal. It's a goal I have. Maybe not all goals are reachable within 60 days, but it's a goal that I'm going to work towards. Goal number 3 is I want to have my first keto Thanksgiving. In previous years doing keto, or if a family member's went on keto, it's always been a day, well, no, we'll just eat non-keto that one day and then the next day will be fine. But the problem with that is it's one full day of tons of non-keto stuff, and then you have all of these sides and leftovers that people munch on. So then that day becomes a week, and then the week becomes well, I'll just wait till Christmas, and then you're 4 weeks down and you're eating non-keto Thanksgiving and Christmas, and you're like, crap, for the last 4 weeks I've been just kind of spiraling out of control. You're like, oh, I'll just wait till January 1st when everybody hops back on. And I don't want to be that person this year. I don't want to do that. So I told myself that I'm going to plan a meal essentially for Thanksgiving that everybody can enjoy that is non-keto. And if somebody does we have a small Thanksgiving, first off. It's me and a few other people. But if somebody brings a side that is not keto, that's fine. I'm just not going to eat it. But I'm going to prepare all the sides as keto, and then of course we'll have a turkey. So that is the goal. And I'm going to start researching recipes now so that I'm prepared. And if there's somebody out there watching this that wants recipes or wants me to share the recipes that I find that I enjoy, that I taste good, leave me a comment below, because I'll happily share those. I'm gonna do the research and make sure things taste good, because I want to have a good Thanksgiving meal. I want it to be a typical Thanksgiving, but at the same time, I don't want to spiral off and it's just food. That's just food. Literally, it's just food for 1 year. If next year I'm 100 pounds down or 150 pounds down and we decide to have a non-keto Thanksgiving, that decision is for 2021. Rachel in 2020 is going to have a non-keto Rachel in 2020 is gonna have a keto Thanksgiving. So I think 4 and 5 are kind of related. I have been kind of stuck in these last 2 weeks or so, and I couldn't figure out why, and I was getting upset, and I was eating not as great as I did back in July and August, and I was starting to have the mindset that I need to quit, which I don't need to quit. I know that I don't need to quit, but I was having that mindset where, oh, this isn't working. Oh, you're getting stuck again. This is what happens all the time. And I started getting those thoughts, and I was like, what is going on? So I started analyzing my FitnessPal. I started analyzing I use a run app, and I realized that I used to run 6 to 8 miles a week, if not more. I think it was like an average of 6 to 8 miles a week, starting back in like late June. So June, July, August, September. For those 4 months, I was running 6 or 8 miles a week. And I was tracking every calorie. I was weighing everything out. And I was staying under 1,500 calories, sometimes closer to 1,300, 1,200. I don't think that I need to be near 1,200 or 1,300, but I was staying under 1,550 on my calories, which is where I should be. And I came to the conclusion that the combination of not working out as much and eating more calories than I was a few months ago is what has caused the weight loss to stall and also flip-flop back and forth. Because if you remember from last week, I was only down, I think 46 or 47 pounds. So I was really upset about that. And I knew that I hadn't gained all that weight, but it was a combination of I wasn't putting in as much effort as I have been. So I'm going to keep myself, my goal number 4 on my list is stay under 1,550 calories and be more meticulous and really focus on making sure that every calorie that I eat, every piece of food that I consume gets logged into my FitnessPal. I think that's key to all of, we know calories in, calories out. I have to be on a calorie deficit to lose weight. And I haven't ever, in my past, I don't know how many years I've been using my FitnessPal, I've never been so obsessed. I've never been so obsessed about counting calories. It's kind of just like, well, I'll just eat what I feel like it. And I think that saying this, I feel like, oh, this sounds kind of obsessive. Like I'm obsessing over weight loss. And I'm not. But I think that I have to focus on it. And I think there's a fine line between focus and obsessing. And I don't think I was focusing on it as much. There were days where I was kind of, in my head, I was like calculating it, and I wasn't weighing out like the mayonnaise, and I wasn't weighing out the salad dressing on every single meal. And I do think that's kind of why I've slid and fluctuated and just not lost any weight or a lot of weight in the last month. I think that's really what's going on. 4 and 5 are intertwined, and essentially I'm going to continue running because I enjoy it. I like getting outside and getting fresh air, but I'm going to make sure that I get back to my 6 to 8 miles per week because it is burning calories, and I'm going to make sure that I'm tracking my calories better. So that's 4 and 5. So those are my goals for the next 30 days. And I honestly probably will just pull those goals through December as well. I think that when I hit my 6-month mark at the end of crazy saying this, but I think when I hit my 6-month mark, I'm going to look at my goals and say, well, this is what's working. Because hopefully I've lost more weight and I'm in a better spot than I'm in now at the end of this month. And I'm going to say, this is working. We're going to continue doing this. We're going to keep pushing ourselves to every day wake up and remind ourselves why to do this, and just take it one day at a time and not worry about the scale so much. I guess number 6 would be not worry about the scale. I only had 5 real goals for this month, but I think number 6 is going to be not worrying about the scale as much. When I get on that thing, it messes with my mood. It messes with my mood so much. And I'll get on it after drinking water, knowing that the water weighs, like, has a weight to it. So it's not even like I went to sleep and then woke up and then like got on the scale and like was miserable for the rest of the day. It's like I went to sleep, got up, drank some water, sat at the computer, was like, I wonder what I weigh today. And then went and got on the scale and then felt miserable for the whole day and then constantly thought about food. Not a good look. So where am I? You know, you listen to me talk about all my goals for the next month. Where am I now? So 2 weeks ago, I weighed in. I had lost 53 pounds. Then the day after, I was at 54 pounds. And then when I spoke to you guys last week, I was at 46 pounds lost. I'm here to tell you that I'm at 51.5 pounds lost. 51.5. I'm so happy. So that's just over 10 pounds per month the last 5 months, which is great. I still think there's a little bit of weight fluctuation going on just because of hormones and things like that, but I'm happy to report that I am back over the 25% mark. I'm trying to lose 200 pounds. If you can't tell from the title of this video or just my channel in general, I want to lose 200 pounds so that I can go do things like skydiving and ziplining and getting on all the roller coasters at all the theme parks and jumping off those huge bungee platforms, the swings that you see videos of everywhere. I'm looking forward to actually starting my list of things that I can't do right now. So the weight limit for the zip lines in Vegas, there's 2 of them. There's one on the strip and there's one downtown, is 300 pounds. So once I hit the weight of 295, just because like weight fluctuation and things like that, I will be booking myself a trip to Vegas. You know, current climate on the virus depends on that, obviously. And this is months out, so we'll see what's going on in life then. But the hope and the plan is the very first thing, number 100 on the list, is going to be zip lining in Vegas, which I'm very excited to do. I've never been on a zip line in my entire life, and I have to, there's so many like different places I want to go zip lining. The one here in Central Florida, you have to be, I think, under 260 or 265. So that can't be my first one, but I mean, if I can't fly in however many months it takes me to get to 295, then I think maybe the one in Central Florida at the lower weight will just be the first zip line that I go on. We'll see. I can't really like look at the future too much in advance. I'm just excited that I am where I am, and I can't wait until I hit the 200 to 230 pound range so that I can book a trip to Hawaii. That's so far out in advance, but I want to go skydiving, specifically in Hawaii over one of the islands, because as you drop down, you can see the whole island from above. And I just think that's so cool. And I've always wanted to go, and my weight was always holding me back. So that's like on the, I don't even want to call it like weight loss bucket list. Like that's my like weight loss bucket list, is like to go ziplining and like tubing and skydiving in Hawaii. So, you know, when we get there, we'll book the trip and I'll take you guys along, but I'm excited to have that in my future. So it's not been constant, it's not been linear, but it's consistent. It's been consistent. I've been consistent, and I think consistency is the key. I have things that I'm looking forward to in the future that are going to motivate me every day to keep going, and it's making the right decision every single day, and that's hard. Making the right decision every single day for yourself and treating yourself right, I feel like, is one of the hardest things that after years of self-sabotage a person can do. So every day I work on it, and I think I'm gonna get through the holidays. And I mean, it's just a holiday surrounding food, so like really it's not that big of a deal. I know there's a few people out there that are also on weight loss journeys that are following me. I hope you are doing well. I hope that I help you stay motivated. Your comments always motivate me. I appreciate you guys sticking around, watching my channel, watching my journey. I will catch up with you guys in the next video. I hope you have a great Halloween. I know this is posted after Halloween. I hope you had a great Halloween, and don't give up. I believe in you.